Right, next I am really, really thrilled to introduce our speaker for this evening. This lady is speaking for us tonight. She has got nothing to gain by speaking for us. She's got no financial interest in our team. She's in a totally different branch of the business. So it's really good of her to give up her time tonight and come and join us. If you go to the Birmingham 10 Steps meeting, I'm sure you'll have met her there with her lovely partner, Harvey. But if you haven't, our speaker tonight is the lovely Tracey Payne. Now, I first met Tracey at the first ever Rob Foster seminar I went to, and I went on stage that day for it wasn't the 30-day challenge. They didn't call it a 30-day challenge back then. I can't think what they called it when you got free catalogues. Can you remember, Tracey, what it was called?
I'm just trying to think what oh, was it the fast start bonus back then? Was it before fast start?
I can't remember. But they had a similar thing, didn't they, where you got recognised before you hit bonus level. Yeah. And I remember going on stage and getting recognised. And I was just in absolute awe of Tracey, because Tracey was on the stage doing the recognitions at Rob Foster's. She's got such a passion and an enthusiasm for this business that I wish you could bottle it and sell it, because it's been worth a fortune. She's so bubbly, and I'm so pleased to welcome her on here tonight. So thank you, Tracey, for joining us this evening. Really, really pleased to have you on.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
No, it's our pleasure. So what I want to do, rapid start? No, I don't think it was rapid start. I think it was before rapid start. I'm going back a few years now. We're oldies, us, don't forget.
Yeah. I can't think what they were. I'm going to have to check it out now. It's going to puzzle me until we figure it out.
It's me. Right, so just like to ask you a few questions, if I can, Tracey, please.
For sure.
So would you mind telling everybody how you got involved in Clean Easy? You know, what's your reason for being here? Why did you join?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. It's fabulous to see some names on here. Some of you I may have met already. Some of you may have met me. But thank you very much for having me on here. I came into Clean Easy over, gosh, it must be about 9 years now. And some of you may have heard my story. I have a much bigger story than probably I have time to share on here with you tonight. But I found Clean Easy when I found myself at home, having not long had a baby. I had a little girl, Natasha. She was about 6 months old at the time, and my son Thomas had just started infant school. And Natasha was born with a medical condition called Turner's syndrome, and it meant that she needed some extra care. She was in and out of hospital having tests and things done. We had lots of different hospital appointments we needed to attend, and it's a condition that will be with her for the rest of her life and requires lots and lots of ongoing care. And having been a child that grew up in care myself, I didn't want to leave Natasha with anybody, but also being fiercely independent, as Harvey will confirm, being incredibly independent, I wanted my own money as well. And I always found myself being a better mum for having extra activities as well. There was only so many mums and tots clubs that I could do in a week without going stir crazy. But this desire to want to be able to look after my daughter and earn money was really, really, really strong. So I started looking around on the internet, in the paper, for something that I could do. And I found lots of different things, and most of them were not legal. So I started trying to have a look for something that was going to be suitable. And do you know what, guys? Clean Easy came up quite a few times. Sometimes it was from adverts that were directly for Clean Easy, so I shut those ones straight down. And sometimes I responded to things, and it ended up being information on Clean Easy that came through. And to be honest, it wasn't what I thought I was looking for. Shows what I knew back then. I'd done Avon when Thomas was a baby and made myself a little bit of money. I'm not knocking it. There are people that make lots of money with Avon. For me, it was a little bit of pocket money and lipstick, and I needed a little bit more than lipstick. So I kept turning Clean Easy down, but I must have responded to it again because I got an information pack back in the day through the post, and I got a phone call from a lovely lady called Tracey, who some of you may know, and she showed me how she was earning £600 a month around 2 little kids. And you know what? That's how I joined the business, because I couldn't find anything else. My maternity leave was running out, and I desperately wanted to be able to stay at home. So I joined through lack of something else to do, which is crazy when I look at my life now. But I didn't jump at Clean Easy. I was not somebody who saw the bigger picture. In the end, I joined because I thought it was something I could do, until I went back and got a job.
I think a lot of us have that opinion.
Absolutely.
When we join. What's your background before Clean Easy? What did you actually work at before that?
Well, quite a lot of different things. My main career was working as a restaurant and duty manager in a hotel. Having, as I said, grew up in care, I ended up at 16, so kind of being in a B&B with my board paid and told to get on with the rest of my life. No parents, no one to really take care. So I kind of ended up getting a job as a live-in a hotel, and that's really where that sort of career took off. Put myself through university and met my ex-husband, who was a chef. And when I had Thomas, I had to step back from that career choice, because 2 of us trying to work in hotels wasn't going to be, you know, it certainly wasn't very family friendly, that's for sure. So I ended up sort of stepping back from my career and taking an office job. And that's what I was doing when I got pregnant with Natasha. I was working in an office job as an admin officer.
Okay. So when you first joined then, be it that you weren't right keen on the idea, like a lot of us, you know, we all don't think it's going to work. Can you remember what your first check ever was?
I can, and do you know what's really, really funny is that actually my first check wasn't my first month. It took me 3 periods to hit my, what we call our 10% bonus level. I did, I think it was just short of just over £1,000. It took me 3 periods. Now that wasn't because it didn't work, it was because I didn't work. You know, Tracey Sheehan, you know, we laugh quite a bit when I ring her with new team frustrations, and she'll say to me, do you remember what you were like? And I was the whingiest, whiniest distributor you'd probably ever wish to not have on your team. You know, there wasn't anything that I didn't find frustrating in those early days. So yeah, stick with your people, they do come good. Most of us do come good. But my first check was £274.90, and I was so proud of that check. So proud of that check.
Yeah, we all remember that first ever check. I remember £212, and I don't think you was the whingiest. I think because I think I was. I'm sure Kev would agree that I was the whingiest, because I think we were all as bad. But what's been your best check?
Oh gosh, well, believe it or not, we've had checks now for over £4,000 a month, and which is incredible, you know, and they're not getting any of it back. I mean, I do spend it all, and I you know, they need to be double. They really do need to be double. And it's crazy when I look at our income and how we live our lives now, and I rewind myself to those first few days and first few weeks and months really in the business, you know, and I very, very nearly gave up on quite a few occasions before I hit that first check. And I can remember Helen Allgood, who's my Tracey's sponsor, had put a bit of a competition on. Back in the day, you know, we never used to get free catalogues when we placed our orders, did we? You had to go and, you know, you lost a few, you had to go and buy them yourself, and they were more expensive. And I can remember Helen had put this competition on to get a box of catalogues, and I missed it. I didn't do enough, and I missed it, and I was going to quit. I just said, that's it, I've had enough, I'm quitting. And Helen, bless her, I wasn't that far off, and she said to me, if you stay in the business, I'll give you this box of books. And I'll never forget it. You know, it really, you know, you have those deciding moments, and that was definitely one of mine, and we laugh about it now. And actually, when we got that first £4,000 check, she's like, right, you owe me a box of books.
Yeah, the checks are never enough. It don't matter how much we make, it's never enough.
And I never envisioned it when I joined. You see these checks, and there'll be people, I'm sure, on the webinar tonight that are in those early weeks and months, and you see those bigger checks and you think, you believe that they're available, but you don't believe that you're ever going to get them, and you do. You know, you really, really, really do, and the more you get, the more you want, for sure.
I think a lot of it's self-worth as well. I think some people don't think they're worth that much, but no. That's where the personal development comes in. Obviously, absolutely. I know you've done a lot of reading, absolutely. And you know, you have to believe that you're worthy of that check.
Yeah.
Apart from the money, what else has Clean Easy given you? What achievements, what changes in lifestyle, that kind of thing, has it given you? There's been something.
Oh, it's been, I mean, in terms of, I suppose, in terms of Clean Easy recognition, we've qualified for a few of the free trips, and I did Cannes, which was the European destination, in my first 7 months of business. So to go from a whingy, whiny distributor taking 3 periods to hit 10%, I then moved up really, really quickly and went gold in my first year, and that qualified me for Cannes, which was just amazing. You know, I'll never. In fact, I remember we had to hold it for 3 periods back then, and I remember the first month, you know, we absolutely smashed and went gold, and then the second month was a little bit more challenging, but obviously we did it, and the third month everything just went completely wrong, and I remember it being, we had literally 5 days to go before the end of qualification, and we were £3,000 short on maintaining gold for that period. Everything had just fallen apart. And do you know what? When the desire and the dream is big enough, and the why is big enough, the how-to just happens, doesn't it? And literally within you know, those 3 days, everyone just pulled together. There wasn't a catalogue in the county that wasn't put out within our team on those 3 days, and we smashed it. We did about 4.5 grand in 3 days. So amazing, amazing, amazing achievement for the team. So we qualified for Cannes, and then we went on and qualified at senior the following year, and we went to Dubai. Dubai was stunning, absolutely amazing. And then very, very recently just come back from Venice. So just, you know, the trips are absolutely stunning. The mix of people that you get to spend time with, and the luxury, just being able to experience. I mean, I can remember sitting in Venice and going down for breakfast, you know, and after I'd picked my jaw up from seeing all, you know, the silver platters and the, you know, this bring you tea and coffee in these huge silver jugs, and then you look around the room and there's just bottles of champagne for you to just go and help yourself to over breakfast, which of course I did, because it would be rude not to. And you're sitting there sipping your champagne, just watching these gondolas bobbing past your window. I mean, it's surreal, crazy. So the holidays have been amazing. Didn't join for them, but absolutely want to go on all of them, and you really do have to. We're continuously sort of, you know, in the top 3 of Gavin's PSG. I think last year we only actually missed it 3 times. I think we were Gavin's top PSG, you know, 9 months out of the year. We're always the Star Group top PSG, top retailers more often than not, top sponsors more often than not. And that's not to boast in any way, but I firmly believe in leading from the front, and we wouldn't ask anyone in our team to do anything that we're not prepared to do. Aside from the trips and the recognition, it's given me freedom over and above anything. The ability, Harvey and I met Harvey through Clean Easy, so he was another incentive, I think he was an incentive. We've been together now for 6 years, and Harvey's got 2 daughters, so we have 4 children between us, and the freedom that we have to be in charge of our lives, to be able to be at every school event, to be able to pick up and put down the business when we need to book holidays when we want to take the kids away for the weekend when we want to. The freedom of being in charge of our lives and not having the stress and the worry of being made redundant or losing your job has been priceless. The people that we met have been absolutely amazing. Our social circle, our friends, the access to the self-development. I know you've touched on that already, Karen. One of the things that we value the most about being in Clean Easy is the access to the self-development. Books I would never, ever, ever have picked up in a million years. CDs I would never have listened to. Speakers I would never have gone to listen to or learn from. And it's not only helped us put our Clean Easy business together, but it's helped us in life in general. It's helped us deal with the kids. It's helped us deal with, you know, lots of different situations that have come up. So the self-development has been absolutely awesome. It's given me confidence. I've got so much confidence from the business, from being around other successful people, from having access to the coaching and development that we have, the confidence that you are worth it, like we said earlier, that you can do it. And hope, I think, hope for the future, hope for my kids and everything that they're learning from us, hope for a better life. Certainly for me, coming from a horrific childhood to now be completely in charge of designing my life, I think is one of the things that this business has given me over and above anything else. So the list is endless, but I'll stop there.
It is, you're right. I mean, you've been on some wonderful destinations. Unfortunately, the ones you've been on, I didn't go on, and the ones I've been on, you didn't go on. So
we do one together then. India it is.
Well, I was thinking before India, there's going to be one announced in May.
We'll find out in May where we're going to go.
That'll be in the beginning of November. So let's make a pact publicly that we will go on that one together.
There we are. We're going to tell everyone on here tonight we will be, wherever it is, Karen and I are going to go.
Yes, excellent.
And we're going to party.
Yeah. For those that are not sure what Tracey meant by Gavin Scott's top PSG, Gavin Scott's way, way, way up the food chain. And there's, got 6,000 distributors underneath him. And every week he will tell, he sends out an email telling people who his top personal sales group are. And Harvey and Tracey are always up there. Like she said, 9 times last year they won it. They were the top ones. But they're always in the top 3. So I mean that's an achievement in itself. I actually got Gavin Scott's top PSG. I don't know, was that last? I think that was last year. I got it once, so I probably picked you 1 month, love. Sorry about that.
That one.
I've got mine on the windowsill there. So recently you've started attending our 10 Steps workshops. Obviously you go down to the Birmingham one, you don't come up to me, but I understand why. I know it's new. I don't hold it against you.
Thank you.
So how have you found the workshops, and how has it changed your business, and how has it helped you?
Oh, they've just been absolutely awesome. And for all of you guys that are on here tonight, you are so lucky. You're so lucky to have your hands on this system already, and to have the coaching and the support that has been provided through Karen and Kev and Abby and Neil, to have them as your upline is I'm incredibly jealous is the only word. That these guys are awesome. You know, we found the system terrific. It's so simple. It's so duplicatable, which is massively key. It's everything that kind of Harvey and I were doing, but what you guys have done is you've just wrapped it up in this amazing bundle and made it so easy for everybody to pick up. I love the workbooks, the script books. I mean, for us, all our new people that have joined in the last few weeks, we've taken them through that system, and what we've found is the communication with them is much higher. You know, we've got this system now of the induction webinars, the Skype calls. I've never Skyped so much in my life, and I'm absolutely loving it and kicking myself that we've never used it before. Something so simple and free as Skype. It's made the communication with our team much better. It's built that rapport and that bond much quicker. And being able to actually see somebody on a Skype video and talk to them, you can read their body language and their facial expressions when you're talking to them, and it really helps you to understand where they're at and really be able to understand what, as Kev would say, what they're not saying when they're talking to you, because you can read it in what they're doing. We absolutely love the 10 Steps resource site. The training videos have been so useful. We've been watching them again and again and again. I love the workbook. I think that's really, really needed, to be able to give a new distributor a workbook that they've got some set structure that they can go through, because people do need it. You know, a lot of them come from the job world, and they're used to having you know, roles and responsibilities and things that they have to work towards, and then we bring them into this business, and then we say, okay, this is what we do, go and get on with it. And you can see why people don't stay. But what we're finding now is that with having this set structure that you guys have put in place, it gives us those clear tracks to run on, which gives us super confidence when we're sponsoring, that belief and that confidence that we know we have these tracks for them to follow. Because although Harvey and I might know what it is we need to do, trying to share that down with your team and helping a new person to be able to sponsor immediately and having those tracks to guide them is just absolutely brilliant. Love the 10 steps workshops. I love the fact that you actually, you know, you put what I call meat on the bones. You know, they're not airy fairy fluffy, this is what we like to do. They're just, you know what, guys, this is what works, this is what you need to do, here's the script, let's get in some groups and let's practice. And everyone is so lovely, and you know, everyone is so encouraging and supportive. So whether you're a brand new person or whether you're somebody that's been in the business for 9 years or more, you're going to get something from those events. You know, I picked up so much just working within our small groups, working through the scripts, working through the presentations, being able to practice in that nurturing environment is absolutely priceless. And you guys are just so lucky. Embrace it. If you're not accessing it, then I'm going to come and take your place and join Karen or Kev's team. It's awesome. It's really helped us. As I said, the biggest thing is having that structure, and for me, having that confidence that we have something in place that is going to explode the business this year, and we are megally excited. So massive thanks to all of you. We haven't missed an event, and we will not miss any. Fantastic.
So, talking about the future, do you mind sharing some of your goals that you've got for the future?
Wow. We've got, you know, in terms of business goals, our goal for this year, we have this mantra in the team, which is all the way to 50k. And our goal, our immediate goal for this year, is to get our 4 weekly turnover, which is currently about 20,000 a period. We want to get it up to £50,000 a period. That's this year's goal, and then with a view to it being over 100k. Next year, we saw Abby Coakley do it. We've seen Abby go through that and do it, and we absolutely want to follow that and do that as well. Harvey would love the mini. I want the £10,000, so I think we're going to do a mini through sponsoring, and then I get the 10 grand, which I want to trade in and get a little Mercedes A-Class. That's my next car. We absolutely are on a mission to not miss another trip. We too didn't do enough for Jamaica, and kicking ourselves, absolutely. And we sat by the phone as well tonight. It didn't ring our end, but you learn a lot from the ones that you miss, and we will not miss another. So, you know, the goal is to focus on the summer destination and focus on getting to India and bringing as many of our team along with us as we can. We've got a goal to be at a minimum of 15 active wide. The company recognises 10 active wide. We want to be a minimum of 15 active wide and be recognised by the company on the company stage. Because, again, it's leading from the front, isn't it? Long-term goal, you know, premier business. We want to be in the company's top 3%, big premier distributors, and a goal to be distributors of the year eventually. Lots of big dreams.
You've got to dream big. You've got to dream big, and that's brilliant. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us tonight, and for answering my questions, and for sharing your future plans. It's a pleasure to have you at our meetings, and I really look forward to going wherever we're going in November with you and Harvey, and I'm sure we'll have a ball. And in at the August meeting, we'll both go across the stage as 10 active wide, I'm sure.
That's a plan.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Tracey. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Big